I love Pindi Chana. मुझे Pindi Chana बेहद पसंद है. The word Pindi comes from Rawal Pindi, where this dish first developed. It is a pre-partition Punjabi dhaba tradition where tomatoes were scarce and souring agents like anardana and amchur, pomegranate and sour mango powder were commonly used. Chole is different from Pindi Chana in that it evolved later in Delhi kitchens where tomatoes and onions became standard. So Pindi Chana is austere and tangy. Chole is lush and saucy. They are quite different even in texture. They're different. Serve it with kulchas or with puris. I serve it with batura because my baturas are well liked by the family and this recipe is so good. It always pleases. You'll get the recipe for the batura later. You can watch it in the next video. Now I make mine a little differently. In families, Punjabi families, I'm sure everyone has a few tricks. I use boiling hot water into this. I add the tea leaves and I let them steep. I don't boil them too much because I don't want the liquid to be bitter. I just want the color. Then I strain out the leaves and I create a little potli of spices, whole spices, black cardamom, cinnamon, lavang. Some people like to put in elaichi also, which makes the chole a little bit sweeter, which I don't like, but you can add some if you like. Then tie that very tightly with a kitchen string and immerse it into the tea leaves. This is important. This is what is going to release all its flavor into that chana. Now the chana must be soaked overnight. I find that otherwise it just takes way too long to cook. Now in this, it's important that you do not use a whistle because applying pressure will separate the skins from the chana and cause the chana to break down. Add a little grated ginger, add a little bit of oil to lubricate the process as it's cooking. I also add a little bit of black salt to this. I add a little bit of crushed black pepper and a little bit of anardana powder to this. And then I let it cook for a long time. Again, it can vary depending on how old your chana is. The older your chana is, unfortunately, the longer it takes to cook. That you will have to gauge as you do. Remember, this has a drier gravy, but the chana needs water to be able to cook properly. You want to cook it so it retains its shape. Now heat some oil and ghee and add some ajwain to it. Then we're going to add some besan to this, and the besan is going to be cooked until it's brown, golden, and has a wonderful aroma. This is going to color the gravy, is going to bring body to the gravy, and of course lots and lots of flavor. This is what makes Pindi Chana very satisfying, is that it has this very earthy flavor. Now into this goes a whole load of red chilli, which you will stir. Again, aapko rogan milega, you get lovely color. Add kasuri methi, brings a lovely umami to this dish. Stir it well. Now I add some garam masala, some amchur powder. I add also cumin powder to this. Now you can decide if you can also use amla powder if you have it. Some people like to do that too. And some people like to add haldi. I don't bother adding haldi. I don't think it's necessary. I do add it when I make chole though. And then you add the cooked Pindi Chana to this. Give it a good stir. Any liquid that's left over is also added to the Pindi Chana. Right? You will have a drier gravy with this. This is not a dish with a lot of sauce. But it does need some gravy. Add more salt to taste. Again, remember, this is not a sweet dish. There is no sugar in this dish. Though I know some people add it, but I never add any sugar to this dish. Watch the batura in the next video. Do make this, cook it till it's just tender and enjoy.